the NFL predictions for Week 7 and what we can expect for this week in this particular NFL season. The Thursday game, it's starting off with a favorite winning on the road. The Chiefs are going to end a 2-game winning streak. The Chiefs are going to have a 5-2 record. It's the Kansas City Chiefs that equals 52. The commissioner would want the Kansas City Chiefs to remain in the hunt for home field. Kansas City gets back on track with a win against the Broncos. The Raiders against the Packers. The Packers got all the calls against the Lions. They gifted one to the Packers this past week. The Raiders are going to be the surprise pick of the week. They're going to win on the road against the Green Bay Packers. It is Aaron Rodgers, the team that gets all the calls. The NFL is a Freemason league where the most successful team in the history of the league has the Freemasonic G on its logo. G as in God. It is G that is the seventh letter. It is G-D that is written out as 74, the God number. In Kabbalah, the Green Bay Packers are going to lose to have a record of 5-2, which would mean that the Oakland Raiders are going to have a record of 4-2 in the AFC West to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Win number 4 of the year for the Raiders is going to be an iconic win for Derek Carr. It is Freemason. It is knowledge that equals 22. This has to do with the Freemasonic G on the Packer helmet. The league gifted the game to the Packers. They gotta return the favor, so to speak. The Raiders are gonna win, just like how the Jets won this past week. It's all a Freemason game. It's Masonry, that's 33. It's 33, that's the highest degree. John Gruden is going to get the win over at Lambeau. Now moving on to the next game of Week 7. The Rams and the Falcons, a return for Todd Gurley. They lost the Super Bowl over at Georgia. Was it? At Atlanta? And for the Rams, they got to end this losing streak, so to speak. They got to have a 4-3 record because, after all, they are the defending champions of the NFC. It's champion, that's 43. And you know what? For Coach Dan Quinn, I said he would lose his 33rd game against the Cardinals. The LA Rams has gematria of 34. Not looking good for the Falcons. Another loss, it's on its way. The Rams get back on track. Todd Gurley played college football at Georgia. He returns and he has a big game. So the 49ers are going to pick up another win against the Redskins. The Redskins are going to have a 1-6 record. The San Francisco 49ers are going to be a perfect 6-6 to get the job done in the nation's capital. The Washington Redskins are going to be 1-6. When we talk about 1-6 forming 16, it's 16. It's Masonry, and it is the capital, Washington, D.C., that equals the gematria of the 33rd prime, which is 137. This is going to be, it's going to be pretty interesting for that Thursday night game in Glendale. It's going to be a big scripted game coming up for San Francisco when they're undefeated against Kyler Murray and company. A big shocker for you all for that Thursday game. A grand mocking to come along during this Halloween when we're talking about the 49ers remaining undefeated right now. Moving on to the next game of this week of action. I'd say the Colts get the win against the Texans. The Texans would be 4-3. They are going to be the champion, the AFC South. Don't forget the Colts also beat the Chiefs. So did the Texans. Champion equals 43. The Colts are 3-2. The Colts are going to be 3-3. It's Deshaun Watson, that's coming off of the big game against Patrick Mahomes. Wonder what Deshaun equals or Watson. But I think the let's see. I mean, the Colts are gonna be 4-2, I should say. Where are the Texans at right now? Texans are 4-3. They're gonna be the champion. The Colts gonna be 4-2. Their fourth win against Deshaun Watson, and and then the Houston Texans are gonna get back on track the following week. But the Indianapolis Colts winning, they take over first place. The two positions flip. That's gonna serve the purpose for another one of those games. So what the commissioner has in store here is, so of course the Jets won their first game last week. The Redskins did. The Cardinals did the week before. The Bengals pick up the win again. It's Cincinnati. It's Freemason at equal 96. The Bengals are going to pick up their first win of the season against the Rat quarterback, which is Gardner Minshew. He was born in 1996. 1996 is the year of the Rat. Cincinnati Bengals pick up the win. The reason for this: Zach Taylor, the Bengals coach, has Gematria 40. Doug Marrone loses game number 40 in the NFL. He loses game number 24 with the Jaguars against the Bengals. The Bengals pick up the win at home with Andy Dalton. The Bengals win their first game of the season. And now this brings us to the next scripted game of the NFL. The Lions got totally fucked over by the league, so you have to return the favor for the home team. The Lions pick up the win against the Minnesota Vikings. Mike Zimmer loses his 37th game against Detroit rather than Philadelphia. It's because Detroit has Gematria of 37, so that is when the Vikings are going to lose. They're going to lose against Detroit. Oh, the league hates the Lions. Oh, they got to return the favor now. That's what's going to happen here. Kyler Murray wins Rookie of the Year. Patrick Peterson, the best cornerback in the game, is coming back to the Cardinals. The Cardinals at 2-3-1 are going to be 3-3-1 with quarterback Kyler Murray, who's going to win Rookie of the Year this week when he beats Daniel Jones. Turnover king. Patrick Peterson gets a pick in that game. That's what Patrick Peterson's going to do. He's going to get a pick. He's going to take off. Of course, Kyler Murray played for Oklahoma Sooners. He takes off. He gets the win. Ryan Tannehill picks up the win. The Titans remain in playoff contention. Bills win this game, by the way. Buffalo is a lock of the week. They're going to win. Now on to the Titans. The Titans are going to pick up the win against the Chargers. The Chargers are going to be shit this year. The Titans are going to win. The Titans are going to remain in playoff contention. They're going to remain in playoff contention with Ryan Tannehill, number 17. Anthony Lynn is going to be the reason why the Titans are going to be 3-4. He's going to do something stupid, I'm sure. It's Anthony, that equals 34. The Chargers start off slow. They have a big second half, so this guy's looking like he's going to get fired. He's going to be another fired coach amongst the NFL ranks. He's going to lose his job this year. That's how your scripted league is going to turn out to be. Ryan Tannehill wears number 17. He's going to lose his 17th game with the Chargers against Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill picks up the win at home. Patriots over the Jets, enough said. Just end the damn season. Saints are going to be 5-2. The Bears are, the Bears are going to be, what are they going to be at? 4-2. Again, it's Freemason, that's 42. We're going to see a lot of this after 6 prior weeks. It's week 6 that does have Gematria of 33. So that's going to deal with the fact that there have been 6 prior weeks of football that have been played before this week. The Bears got to win. They're going to pick up the win against the Saints. They're going to jump the Vikings this week. They're going to jump Minnesota, right? The Bears and the Packers have to make the playoffs, so they went under the season. The prophecy in the making that we can see the Bears and the Saints play in the divisional round, is what's looking more likely to be the case Right now here, I mean, the NFC is so wide open, and it's gonna be really interesting to see how these scripts play out over the last bit of action over the course of the NFL season. And Dak Prescott has to take off this week. The Cowboys have to win. Cowboys have to win. Their fourth win is going to really determine if Dak Prescott is going to get that contract extension. The Cowboys are going to be 4-3. It's champion that is DiMaggio 43. The Cowboys are going to be 3-1 at home. The Eagles are going to be 1-3 away. Philadelphia is where the Continental Congress of the 13 colonies met. The Eagles are going to be at 3-4. And then it's a must-win against the Buffalo Bills. And then this part's going to get really dicey and interesting here. I mean, the Patriots are on the schedule. Don't forget the Cowboys have to play the Patriots. Don't forget the Minnesota Vikings here. I mean, this game is the toughest call of the week. The Cowboys could lose this one. They could win 3 straight games before facing off against New England. I mean, be my guest. They could be at 6 wins before facing off against the Snake. And the Eagles, that's 4. I mean, yeah. You know, they're going to be at. They're 3-3 right now. Their next opponent is the Bills. It's the Bills at Gematria. See, Bills at Gematria 5-4. So the Eagles got to beat Buffalo. So that means they got to lose against Dallas. And these are the picks of the week for Week 7 of the National Football League.